Are you on a quest to discover your true self? In this powerful video, we dive into Plato's theory of the soul, a groundbreaking model of human nature. We'll explore how it connects to the Wizard of Oz and the timeless journey of spiritual awakening along the yellow brick road. Through the lenses of ancient philosophy, depth psychology, and mythic storytelling, we'll uncover how Dorothy's adventure mirrors your own soul's journey toward wholeness and self-realization. From Plato's tripartite soul to the symbolic search for your spiritual self, this video will illuminate what's been guiding or blocking your path to inner freedom. If you've ever asked, "Who am I?" or struggled with a conflict between mind, heart, and will, this deep dive into soul psychology is for you. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more videos from life's deepest questions on spiritual growth, inner transformation, Carl Jung, ancient wisdom, and the hero's journey. In this section, we reveal the foundational building blocks that answer life's ultimate question, who are you? Every choice you make, every emotion you feel, every spiritual struggle you face connects to this core. Understanding your true inner core empowers you to make courageous choices, grow spiritually, and become the best version of yourself, the you that you were meant to be. And what are these core building blocks? Discovering and integrating your spirit, your soul, and your authentic self. With the guidance of Plato and the mythic journey of Dorothy and her friends, you'll see your own life journey up the yellow brick road through a powerful new lens. In Phaedrus, Plato presents his famous allegory of the chariot to describe the tripartite soul, a theory that describes human nature and inner conflict. In his words, it is a view about the affections and actions of the soul, both divine and human, and try to ascertain the truth about them. Healthy souls soar toward divine truth, achieving inner harmony and spiritual transcendence. But unhealthy souls, untrained and in disharmony, become earthbound, lost in confusion and forgetfulness. Plato imagined the three elements of the soul as a charioteer and two horses. The charioteer represents reason or intellect. The noble white horse symbolizes the spirited, emotional self, and the dark horse embodies our physical appetites and base desires. This ancient psychological model foreshadows what Carl Jung would later explore with the collective unconscious and individuation process. And there's a hidden fourth element, a mystical key to transcendence, and we'll reveal that soon. At first, the healthy soul flies freely in the heavens, nourished by divine truth. But the charioteer has the challenge of controlling two mismatched horses, one with a noble spirit and the other of unruly appetites. The white horse strives upward toward enlightenment and higher truth, while the dark horse pulls downward, obsessed with earthly pleasures and material desires. But when the soul is unbalanced and unhealthy, the horses become overweight. The white horse with forgetfulness. He has forgotten who he was created to be. He is obedient, yet full of shame because he cannot answer the question, who am I? And the dark horse is overweight with vileness. He is vicious, stubborn, disagreeable, and harasses his companions. The charioteer also has his issues. He is inept at his job. He is not trained nor cared for his horses properly. This struggle between the charioteer and his horses mirrors the psychological battle many face today between the higher aspirations and lower urges. As a result, disaster strikes. When the charioteer sees his beloved, his soul becomes warmed from the memories of her. The noble horse also gets excited, yet he remains under the control of the charioteer. But not the dark horse. He lunges downward in desire and wrath. In the chaos that follows, the horses begin to fight. Ultimately, the charioteer loses control and the entire soul crashes to earth, deeply wounded and disconnected from divine truth. This dramatic fall symbolizes the human experience of spiritual exile, feeling lost, fragmented, and estranged from our higher purpose. The injuries are dreadful. After the fall, the charioteer is confused and full of opinion. He's injured and has gone from riding in his chariot like the gods to being on foot, on the ground. The horses are bloody and lame. They continue to be at odds, each trying to get their own way. According to Plato, the whole, compounded of soul and body, is called a living being and is further designated as mortal. And the soul is now imprisoned in the body like an oyster in his shell. Without harmony among its parts, the soul remains sick and bound to earthly existence. Only through restoring balance and cooperation among intellect, emotions, and body can the soul reclaim health, wholeness, and rise again. Plato's tripartite soul can be visualized as a downward pointing triangle. This triangular soul structure is repeated in modern psychology, particularly Jungian concepts of the psyche and individuation. Even though you are a mix of immortal elements, you are mortal. This is because the two immortal energies of the spiritual and physical are joined only temporarily to create a human. For more information on how this works, see the video Spiritual World versus Physical, 12 Divining Characteristics. The bottom section is the location of the only physical element, and that's the body. It is symbolized as the black horse of the appetites. The body, governed by time and space, belongs to the physical world and operates under Newtonian mechanics. The top section of the triangle shows the placement of the two spiritual elements. The left side is the charioteer of the intellect. On the right is the white horse of the passionate spirit. The intent of these two energies is to reach upward for higher truth. When these two elements are referred to collectively, they are called either the mind or psyche. In Greek mythology, Psyche was a mortal who was made immortal by Zeus. This is similar to the transformation process discussed in the video, From Mortal to Immortal, Your Spiritual Journey. Psyche is also the root of the word psychology, meaning the study of the soul. The functions of these two spiritual elements is frequently compared to the two hemispheres of the brain developed by Roger W. Sperry in the late 1960s. He named it the split brain theory, but it's commonly referred to as left brain, right brain. The left brain is associated with the functions of the intellect, and the right brain with the functions of the emotions. And now to turn to the tragedy of what happened to the missing fourth element, the one that Jung rediscovered and incorporated into his archetypes. That's the mystical wings. In his theory of the soul, Plato said, the wing is the corporal element which is most akin to the divine, and which by nature tends to soar aloft and carry that which gravitates downwards into the upper region, which is the habitation of the gods. That is to say, when you have wings, you are no longer bound to the earth. Instead, you can transcend, you can leave the earth. With healthy wings, you are free from the laws of the physical world and can again soar into the heavens. However, due to the charioteer feeding the wings vileness and evil, they were wasting away even before the fall to earth. These weak, wimpy wings symbolize the ego. They are also called the enslaved will, or simply the will for short. Therefore, the wings lost their strength and did not have the necessary power to keep the fighting, overweight horses flying through the heavens. Because of the extremity of effort required, the wings broke and fell off, and without wings, neither the horses nor the charioteer can fly. As a result, the wings also became grounded on earth, like a prisoner. So if the soul is to return to its original place in the heavens, the wings must be regrown, while the intellect, emotions, and body must be healed. And how are the wings regrown? According to Plato, by being fed the divine food of beauty, wisdom, goodness, and the like. When you integrate wings into the soul symbol, the triangle becomes a square. That's the foundation of your personality. Each element is placed in a particular corner based on its relationship to the four states of consciousness. This is discussed in a separate video. This shift shows how your soul elements, when unified and strengthened, become the vessel for your higher, authentic self. The word soul has many interpretations. Sometimes it refers only to emotions, as in soul music. Other times to the combined intellect and emotions, or to Plato's tripartite model. When all four elements, the intellect, emotions, body, and will, are integrated, they form the personality or lower self. For this video, soul and personality are used interchangeably, simplifying complex metaphysical and psychological concepts for clarity. As spiritual growth unfolds, the square transforms into a pyramid, symbolizing evolution toward higher consciousness. Unlike physical growth, spiritual growth transcends the limitations of time and space. It is driven by your choices and actions, not by material laws. But this mortal human is only half of who you are. To understand your immortal essence, you must journey further, up the yellow brick road, to the land of Oz, where your true spiritual self awaits. Frank Baum's Wizard of Oz is a modern myth. It mirrors Plato's chariot. Dorothy's vibrant journey in Oz symbolizes the discovery of your higher spiritual self. As detailed in the video, Spiritual World versus Physical, 12 Defining Characteristics, the physical world is a reflection, like a mirror, of the spiritual. To quote from that video, this mirroring quality offers the method frequently used not only by the ancients, but also in today's sciences. By hypothesizing in reverse, or going back through the mirror, the physical world is used to indirectly observe and possibly gain more insight into the spiritual world. In the third law of the universe, the physical world reflects the spiritual, a core principle of esoteric wisdom and universal laws. It is summarized in the saying, as above, so below. Following Dorothy's journey helps you uncover spiritual truths hidden in your everyday life. Dorothy's transition from gray Kansas to colorful Oz represents the awakening of spiritual perception. One day, four mighty tornadoes joined together and flew Dorothy, the house, and her little dog Toto up into the sky. When they landed, everything was different. Definitely, Dorothy and Toto weren't in Kansas anymore. Dorothy longs for home, reflecting the soul's innate desire to return to its divine source. Guided by the yellow brick road, she begins her heroic quest for wholeness. As she proceeds, three companions join her adventure. They symbolize essential elements of spiritual transformation. The first was the Scarecrow. He didn't want to be thought a fool, so he wanted the wizard to give him a brain. The next was the Tin Man. He had lost his body piece by piece due to a magic spell. As each body part was lost, he substituted it with a tin piece. Finally, he lost his torso, and with it his heart. With no heart, he forgot about who and what he loved. He hoped the wizard would give him a new heart. Next, a great lion joined their group. His life was unbearable because he was afraid of everything, including the fear of being who he was created to be. He would ask the wizard to give him courage. And with that, they joined together and went in search of the great Oz. They were all hoping the wizard would give them something to solve their problems and make them happy. That's what made the wizard so wonderful. Through trials and self-discovery, they realized their sought-after gifts were with them all along, a powerful metaphor for inner growth and spiritual self-realization. Each Oz character symbolizes an element of your spirit. They are what the pieces of your soul are striving to connect with and grow into. Dorothy stands for the light body. She is the host for the other elements. The body is not made of physical flesh and bones, but rather of light. Scarecrow illustrates the higher intellect in your spirit. Unlike the fallen chariot who is full of opinion, Scarecrow can see truth. Tin Man embodies the passionate spirit of the emotions, but at a higher level. And the great lion signifies the mighty strength and courage that is required if you are to grow back your wings and obtain free will. Together, these elements complement the quadripartite soul. When growth is added, the pyramid symbolizes your spirit striving toward unity and divine freedom. Your soul is the earthly reflection of your immortal spirit. The soul's downward pointing pyramid symbolizes your lower self because it occupies space in the lower earthly realm. The spirit's upward pyramid symbolizes your higher self because it resides in the upper heavenly realm. When merged, they form the octahedron, Jung's symbol of the self, which represents the complete integration of body, mind, soul, and spirit. This union is the ultimate goal of spiritual transformation, becoming whole, authentic, and aligned with your divine essence. Thank you for joining us on this deep journey into Plato's theory of the soul, the symbolism of the chariot, and the Wizard of Oz as a powerful metaphor for self-discovery and spiritual growth. We explored how Plato's tripartite soul, the intellect, emotions, and physical appetites, mirrors the eternal struggle within each of us. We also revealed how regrowing your spiritual wings allows you to transcend earthly limitations and reconnect with your higher self. Just like Dorothy's journey up the yellow brick road, your own path to inner transformation and spiritual awakening is about integrating all parts of your soul and spirit to achieve wholeness and enlightenment. Whether you're interested in ancient philosophy, the psychology of the self, Carl Jung's concept of the individuation, or the hero's journey archetype, this video helps you understand how to overcome inner obstacles and live your true purpose. Remember, true self-discovery and personal transformation don't come from external achievements, but from aligning your soul, spirit, mind, and body. By strengthening your free will and healing your inner wounds, you can finally break free from limitations and experience deep spiritual freedom. If you're passionate about topics like spiritual growth, shadow work, healing the inner child, soul integration, higher consciousness, and the quest for enlightenment, you're in the right place. Please like, share, and subscribe to Life's Deepest Questions for more videos on spiritual transformation, soul psychology, ancient wisdom teachings, esoteric philosophy, and the hero's journey. Hit the bell icon so you never miss a new video that guides you deeper into the mysteries of your soul, the secrets of the spirit, and your path to true self-realization. Join us as we continue to explore the path of inner awakening, spiritual evolution, and the timeless quest to answer the ultimate question, who are you, really?